Hello and welcome to our video covering the Way of the Roses, a coast-to-coast route that we rode back in September 2016. This release covers day 1, where we travelled 45 miles from Morecambe, Lancashire to Airton in North Yorkshire. We started the day in Morecambe and then we headed out east towards Lancaster. Then on to Hornby. We went through the small village of Ray where we took a quick lunch break before continuing on to Settle. The climb out of Settle was devastating, but the 3.5 mile descent into Airton made up for all the climbs of the day. We began our journey in the car park in front of the Midland Hotel. It was built in 1933 by the London, Midland and Scottish Railway Company. It's a great example of an Art Deco hotel. If you ever get the chance and you're interested in that kind of thing, it's well worth a visit. Our initial objective as we set out was to find the statue of Eric Morecambe, as despite looking, we just couldn't locate him when we last rode through Morecambe during our Bay Cycleway trip. We located Eric and then posed for a picture with him before the journey proper began. The Way of the Roses is a special 170-mile route which was opened in 2010. It gets its name because it passes through both the Red Rose County of Lancashire and the White Rose County of Yorkshire. It was actually designed to commemorate 15 years of the National Cycle Network, and according to Wikipedia, it is the newest long-distance coast-to-coast route that we have. We found that much of the route was well signposted, and even getting out of Morecambe was quite easy. However, this may have been made easier because we had ridden this part of the route before. As you leave Morecambe, you ride straight and parallel to the railway lines for just a short distance. We cross over the train tracks here and then leave them behind, as we follow Route 69 all the way to Lancaster. The earlier parts of the ride are extremely flat and can be fast going, if you want to get some time in the bank ready for the hillier sections. Here's one of those rare moments where we catch a recumbent cyclist out on the trails during one of our adventures. The pavement thing didn't last too long, we just dropped down to the riverbank. This unusual bridge is the Loon Millennium Bridge, which was on the outskirts of Lancaster. It was built to commemorate the millennium of 2000 and it was finished and opened in February 2001. From here, the Bay Cycleway path goes right and the Way of the Roses takes the left fork. As we emerged from the quayside, we somehow missed the signpost directing us to the underpass. So we stood around for a few moments discussing which direction to go, until we became aware of the underpass option and continued on. It might not be very picturesque, but it is always good to see that the national cycle routes are being improved, upgraded or repaired continuously. This is Halton Railway Station. It's the last remaining station on this disused line. Now this is a low bridge. On the subject of bridges, this is one of the 3 bridges at the Crook of Loon that used to carry the railway line over the river. One of the bridges, a Grade 2 listed construction, was closed back in 2011 due to safety concerns, but now it's had the work done and it's reopened to the public. Just after the impressive bridge, we have to find the way that we leave the main cycle path and head north. This ramp takes us up to the road where we can continue our journey.
That says Station Road in Catton. Which is that? Yeah, you got a bunny up here, John. I reckon it's up here. We found the arrow.
After passing Woody Snack Bar, we hit some quiet lanes and continue on by road. It isn't too long before we reach the entrance to Halton Park, where we climb the Halton Hill in the company of sheep. This part of the route is relatively traffic free for us. Once we are back on the roads proper, the terrain starts to undulate. Every few miles there is another ascent to climb, rewarded by a decent descent if you're lucky. Some of the climbs might even have a finishing line at the top in order to give you the points for King of the Mountain. It's great coming in second place for the King of the Mountains award out of 2. However, I tend to live for the descents on any bike ride that we do. One of the great things about the Way of the Roses is that there are plenty of shops, cafes and pubs to stop at en route in order to get a drink or have something to eat.
They've all eaten, I mean, yeah. And then I forgot to put tablets in my water and I've got no fruit bar on me. I've only walked up 2 napkins, so where's the garden centre? I didn't see a sign for it, it said a mile and something though, like a mile and a quarter. We've got a garden centre then.
After a quick snack and a coffee at the Bridge House Farm Cafe by the garden centre, we were quickly on our way once again. As already mentioned, this leg of the Way of the Roses is full of steady climbs followed by gradual descents. As well as the downhill, the other advantage of having to make all these climbs is the fantastic views from the top. This is the new inn at Clapham. I believe that Clapham is the place where the old railway line we were on earlier used to terminate, although more research may be required. We have passed through Clapham a few times in the past, and this pub is a great place to grab a drink or something to eat. Leaving Clapham, we travelled through even more spectacular North Yorkshire countryside. We were extremely lucky on this trip to have some fantastic weather. This short off-road section was nice and quite fast rolling too. It also has the advantage of keeping the route off the busy A65. This picture box village, well, minus the thatch, is the village of Ostwick. It would have been great to have stopped and had a pint at the inn, but we rolled on through as it looked quite busy. The rolling scenery went on and on, uphill and down dale as they say locally. Here we are approaching the gem of day one. Settle is a small market town in North Yorkshire, and it seems to be the centre for outdoor pursuits, especially walking, but it is also known for caving, horse riding and mountain biking. Often it's used as a great base to explore some of the surrounding visitor attractions, such as Malham Cove or the Ingleton Waterfalls Trail. We have stayed in the town once or twice before, but have passed through many times on camping, biking or sightseeing trips in the area. On this occasion we take 15 minutes to recoup and try to find somewhere for a quick snack before heading out of Settle and testing the climb up the notorious High Hill Lane. This lane is off the beaten track and quite narrow as you leave the town, so you probably won't see much traffic as you make your ascent. Treff is probably the most capable climber I know, so when he decided to get off and push a few hundred yards in front of me, I followed suit, knowing that I'd just be knackered if I rode that far up the hill before getting off the bike.
That's what it warns you. It says if you have dinner in Settle, do some laps before you come uphill.
As I pushed up the hill, all I could think about was, will the descent down the other side be worth all this pain? At some point the climb became rideable again and we climbed slowly to the summit. Eventually the top was behind me and I hit the 3.5 mile descent to Airton with a relaxed attitude. I have linked the 3.5 mile descent from the top of Settle down into Airton in the description below. It was way too long to put into the actual video, but it's an enjoyable part of day one, so it was worth recording. We're at the point in the video where I would normally give the scores for the various aspects of the ride. However, for the Way of the Roses I will give one combined score for the full 170 mile route in the last instalment. For now, I can say that if you like the sea, great scenery, climbing and a lot of fast descending, then day one will be right up your street. If you enjoyed the video, then please like and share. You can follow us on our other socials to keep up to date with what we are doing. If you have any questions, then you can ask them in the comments section below. And if you would like to see more of the routes that we ride, then please subscribe. If you'd like to see another video straight away, then please check out the ones on screen now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay safe on those trails.